Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And so, Seven Webheads has just released a video. He released it 4 hours ago. Sadly, I'm running a bit behind, if you guys can tell. So, hopefully, this will be out like at least 3 or 4 days of it being released. But, anyways, what's really important is the topic of the day. It looks like Joss Whedon has just admitted that Spider-Man 3 was not that bad. He actually admitted that Spider-Man 3 actually was a decent movie. The only messed up part was the fact of, with that said, in the interview, he actually now uses, which I bet chances are, it's going to continue being used, which thanks a lot, Sony. Now you have freaking Sam Raimi dragged in the mud because he's the one who directed it. You have something called, quote unquote, the Spider-Man 3 territory. The fact that you have a bunch of characters and your story is kind of a bit mudded. Of course, here is my opinion because, well, Seven Webheads talked more about lots of stuff. So here is my thoughts and all. Spider-Man 1, very good. I watched it hours and hours. I was actually an 11-year-old. Spider-Man 2, very, very good. When Spider-Man 2.1 came out, oh my gosh, I flipped my top saying, what is this? Oh my gosh, 8 minutes extra? Oh, which the 8 minutes was really, really good. I mean, it doesn't really exactly help the movie at all, but it helps add to the enjoyment of the movie, which I would love that. I love it. It was very, very good. So that's why Spider-Man 3.1 is very special, because they could actually have more minutes or maybe even an hour to add to the movie to actually help it from suffering so much. As for my thoughts on Spider-Man 3, everyone knows. Everyone should know by now. If you don't know, go to my usual intro video. I know I should have a better intro video than that, but for now, I'm just going to use that one because that defines me the most. So, with Spider-Man 3, just to sum it up, I disliked it very, very much. I was shocked at what I saw. I can't really tell where it really been bad. Actually ended where I was like, no, oh my gosh, I wish I wasn't watching this. I think it actually was the intro. Even at the intro, at the credits of it, the fact that they used the symbiote, and the symbiote was very, very creepy. It was very creepy. I mean, especially where you had the symbiote turn into a large pointy object, which I guess that technically was foreshadowing, wasn't it? Well, anyways, oh my goodness. I mean, it really was a messed up movie. I'm sorry, but in my personal opinion, it was a messed up movie. And even Sam Raimi said himself that what the original movie was supposed to be on Spider-Man 3, and of course, it actually was a sabotage film. Sony wanted to reboot it, so why not destroy Spider-Man 3 and get what they want, which they did. And they got what they want, didn't they? But the original movie was supposed to be just Vulture and Sandman. I wanted Sam Raimi's story, which I thought that at the time it was just Sam Raimi and his brother who wrote the actual script. Of course, I might be wrong, and if so, I thought that's what they said in the whole entire... Yeah, that's what they said in the interviews. The fact that he and his brother sat down and wrote the script, and then after that, they filmed it. After getting approval by Sony, of course. So you had them writing in some messed up stuff. Laura Zinskin was involved with the whole love triangle thing, and you had Avi Arad, because he sucks either way. He was the one who pushed Venom the most into the movie, even though Sam Raimi never wanted Venom to actually be in a movie or any of his movies whatsoever. So that was the idea there, is that, idiot Avi Arad, why the frick did you force him to put Venom in the movie if you could actually just got another director and you could actually had Venom in his own movie? Yeah, I don't get it. Why didn't you do it? You were too stupid enough to actually push it, and because of that, you wrecked your chances of having a single film with Venom in it. Even though if you're a Spider-Man fan, you technically should love Spider-Man, and Venom, he gets his day in the sun whenever he gets the day in the sun. Well, anyways, I already talked too much on Spider-Man 3. I don't really like it at all. I mean, does it deserve all the backlash and stuff it gets? Kind of. Kind of, because it wasn't really that good. Well, anyways, for Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man, when it first started, I think it had promise. And I heard that there was another one before this one. It was the actual one with the actual exact what Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man movie was supposed to be. But whoever was the test audience said, no, it's not good. Yeah, you need to cut up and change stuff. Which is where the secret origins of Peter Parker got lost. That's where it got lost. Is because you had this test group who were like, man, this is just like the Hulk movie, the 2003 one. Yeah, that's what really stopped it. That's what the real messed up part is, that whoever was the test audience were total idiots. Period. Well, anyways, so we got this Amazing Spider-Man movie. I didn't feel any love for it. I didn't feel anything for it. So it was already a messed up, not foreground. It was a messed up foundation for the whole entire franchise. It's kind of like in Home Alone 2, you had Harry who stacked a big tower, or basically a thing to help him get out of the floor. It fell down when they both got out. That's exactly what Amazing Spider-Man would have done. It was doing, actually. It was tipping over, and eventually it would have had a timber moment where everything falls to the ground and it's like a messed up game over. Oh my gosh, what have we done? Given they shouldn't have actually wanted a darker part of Spider-Man to begin with, because he wasn't a dark character whatsoever. And like I said, and push for like a few videos of this, is if you wanted a dark character of Peter Parker, why not go to other areas of Spider-Man? Why not go to noir? Why not go to the Russian Spider-Man? Why not go to something, because that's what it was really to you, was a placeholder. So why not get noir into this? Because I bet lots of people would actually love to see him in a video, in a movie, and I don't think it would. It's technically is Spider-Man, and yeah, so I would figure, yeah, that actually would work, wouldn't it? Noir would have worked. Lots of people would have been like, oh my gosh, I thought we'll never see this. Or we can do Russian Spider-Man, the fact of Spider-Man who went to Russia with Wolverine, which will actually incorporate either A, you rewrite the script for it, or B, you actually get a hand-to-hand deal with Fox, shaking hands and say, yes, you get to work with our Wolverine, and we get to have one of your villains, or actually have Spider-Man cameo. So yeah, something like that. Other than that, it's kind of like, yeah, you should have went out of the box on this. Out of the box until you're able to say, okay, we're ready to start, or it's been a long time now. Now we can do a actual Spider-Man franchise and start with the origin story without anyone cutting slack and saying it's too soon to start that. That's what they should have did, is bit their time and waited, and also just created movies of various other Spider-Men that they could actually have done. That actually sounds very, very good. But they didn't do it, so anyways, yeah, you have Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't feel any love for it. No emotion whatsoever. And then you got Spider-Man 2, which lots of people backlash Spider-Man 2. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2. And the reason why they backlashed at it is because it was after what happened with Avengers. Avengers went very, very big. So with Avengers going very, very big, you had Sony panicking. And Sony had to figure out, what can we do that's a group that we can actually show with Spider-Man to get that buku money that Avengers is getting. And they said Sinister Six. And then they also got the idea that since Marvel has other movies along with just Avengers, they were like, okay, we got to do a movie every year. And yeah, so it's just, technically they were crumbling already. Yeah, they were crumbling already. So Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think it was better. It was kind of alright. The only messed up part was just a few things that was going wrong, and the action scenes, at least the action scenes were good. The action scenes made me say, ah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. In Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, what's their action scenes? There was one in the sewer, which technically his phone should have got drenched. Yeah, his phone should actually not be useful. And why in the world would he have pictures, taking pictures of the freaking lizard? Sorry. I'm getting way off topic with what's wrong with Amazing Spider-Man. Well, anyways, I can understand there's a war that's going on between Sam Raimi's franchise, Mark Webb's franchise, and the new franchise that's going to be. I get it. Technically, I'm with Sam Raimi's franchise on this, but I will say I can at least say for all you Amazing Spider-Man fans, I feel sorry for you that, along with I feel sorry for us because we got a crappy ending. You guys got an ending where it was promised that Sinister Six would come and you actually will enjoy it and get some more fun stuff to happen. But Sinister Six is going to be different than what you guys wanted, and I don't know what to say besides maybe Beanox will have a nice shaking hands deal with the old script of with Sinister Six because they're able to do something. Yeah, like they said, Beanox is not going to follow the movie. So when Sinister Six does come out, why not have the original script of Sinister Six go to Beanox, and Beanox can turn that into a video game, and you can have the new Sinister Six and the old Sinister Six together. So at least Amy Pascal will be happy that her Sinister Six does see the light of day, but only on video game form. And plus, lots of people will be happy with that, right? And Amazing Spider-Man 3, even though it didn't have a script yet, if it did, well, give it to Beanox and they can turn it into a video game. And then you can have Amazing Spider-Man 3, the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, to actually live on in the Beanox franchise, in the Beanox video game. So yeah, there you go, that works. But anyways, one thing to wrap it up with is it turns out Amazing Spider-Man 2, the movie, it was written from back to forth. So they actually started with Gwen Stacy's death and went all the way to the beginning where you had the airplane thing happening. Which I heard that there was many alterations to this movie as well. So it's kind of messed up, and I really wish that someday they could actually just be like, all right, we'll give you the director's cut where we didn't touch it at all, and there you go. That's what I kind of hope for everyone. I kind of want to see it too because I'm curious on what exactly Mark Webb actually had planned. The side effect of this is the messed up part where we find out that Mark Webb's idea of the franchise was actually very good, but Sony was the reason why it really sucked. And if so, it's kind of like, ooh, Sony had a big hand in this. But of course, it could just be the result of it would be a little bit better, but it's not that much better. Well, anyways, that's what happened is you had Joss Whedon who actually said who had Spider-Man, who said Spider-Man 3 is not that bad. Spider-Man 3 actually is quite a good movie. Well, anyways, I'm webbing out.